Hello everyone, this is ScapCat242. Here's my review on the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra Shadow Tracker. So this was a figure from the Pursuit of Cobra line that I had been wanting for some time, ever since I got into collecting Pursuit of Cobra. Never thought I would find him, and I bought this at a toy collectible store a while ago. Been meaning to review him, and now here's the review. So this has got to be the most detailed modern Joe figure Hasbro has made. I mean, he was an original character that was specifically made for Pursuit of Cobra, and he is just really intimidating looking. He obviously is influenced by the Predator. Now, this guy's gimmick is he uses no firearms, so he uses mostly bladed weapons. So it's going to be mostly bow and arrows, daggers, blades, what have you. And as you can see here, he's got this really intimidating spear with this attached to it. I'll talk about that in a bit. He's got this really interesting blade, kind of reminds me of a Klingon fighting weapon. Then of course he's got his quiver right here, and actually I'm going to show off the rest of his gear. So of course he comes with the stand, fits nicely on that. Comes with a bow and one arrow. And the arrow can be put in the sheath, like that. Comes with also another interesting crooked dagger, a machete. And he comes with this capture net, which I thought was really cool, but it seems awfully small to capture a Joe. But if you can get creative, you might be able to pull it off. And actually, I think it does, yeah, it does tighten up by pulling these two little loops. So he has that little net. And then here is the spear. And he has this, I think there's a name for this. I forgot what the name of this weapon is, but you can actually peg that into the spear if you want to. And actually, I think he has a, which I think is a bayonet. But this pegs off him. You could probably put that on that as well. But so that was one of the neat things about this figure. He has storing options. Now, you can't store everything on him because most of the weapons, you'll have to find other ways to hold them. But like he holds his arrow in a sheath. He holds his bayonet right there. And oh, so taken off, he actually has another weapon right here. Got a knife that comes out. And actually, let's take a look at him more closely. So look at that. Nicely detailed. Now, that mask is not removable, but I don't plan on taking it off. But such great detail on the vest, on his pants. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this was probably one of the Hasbro's best modern Joe figures they've done in a while. It's a shame they don't try anymore. And let's take a look at with his bow. So let's get, well, before we get into that, let's go into articulation. So I'm not going to go too much in detail on articulation. It's pretty much what you expected. And actually, this is when they started to introduce the hinge in the wrist. So he's got one there, and of course the double joints in the legs, hinge in the ankles. And considering his hair, you'd think would hinder articulation, it doesn't. So that's great, because I think they made it of a very pliable material. But so let's take a look at how he holds his weapons. So let's start with the bow. So the great thing is his hand is actually opened enough so he can hold the arrow, and this hand is going to hold the bow. So you put that on there, get the bow, hold the arrow. Kind of tricky to do this, and I just dropped it. Come on, there we go. So to get an idea of how he holds the bow. But that's the great thing about this figure. You have possible display options. Mine's probably going to be holding the bow, but you can have him hold some of the other weapons if you want. So like this, and we'll give him this, and let's get him ready to go. And yeah, that's a really good pose. So my only gripe, I wish he would have had more storage options. I feel like they could have put more places to put some of the weapons, or even on the back. But actually, wait a minute, there is a hole right there. I think that's meant to be for this weapon, but oh, I think it is. But I'm gonna have mine. Actually, no, wait, I take that back. Oh no, I thought that was for the bow. Interesting. Okay, so there was a potential of having more space on for weapon storage, but I think it's an awesome figure. I paid quite a pretty penny for this guy, but I think it was worth it because I never saw him in stores, and I think I got him for a pretty decent price for what I paid. Oh yeah, let's take a look at that Cobra tattoo. But that's my review in Shadow Tracker. If you're a fan of collecting modern G.I. Joe figures, I recommend picking him up. He's a must-have. He looks great with your Cobra mercenaries. So that's my review on Shadow Tracker.